team 2. I'm Tushar, he's Tom, and he's Katie. And today we are going to present AceCatcher, a tennis ball drone that helps to collect the tennis ball and bring it back to you. Playing tennis is really a fun game, but chasing the ball and bringing it back is frustrating and tiring at the same time. So our goal is less chasing, more play. So the problem we identified was most tennis players like Tom, Katie, they have to go to bring the ball and collect it back. And also it's really hard to retrieve the ball if the ball goes outside the court. So what we came with the solution is AceCatcher, a smart tennis ball grabbing drone that uses rubber band mechanism to collect the ball and retrieve it from inside as well as outside of the court. So it ensures that there is no interruption in any game. So during our initial phase, we went through different ideas how it could work, but most of them didn't quite meet the requirements that we were looking for. And at last, we came up with the drone approach, and this is how it looks. After that, we started sketching our model, and we went with 19 by 19 model because if it gets smaller than this, then it won't grab the ball. And also, if it gets bigger than this, then it will not be portable. So we decided to go with this approach. This is the top view, and this is the side view. And to make our concept to alive, we created a clay model. And after creating a clay model, we finalized our dimensions and functionality, and clay model looks like this. Now I'll pass it over to Tom.
Thank you, Tushar. So here is our final products on SketchUp. So our products come with a charger port, power button, LED indicators, and also come with 2 camera sensors. So especially we create the push and pull mechanism to grab the balls by using the rubber bands. So the next one is interaction with our products is very simple. So we use the drone to collecting the balls. Next, use the smartwatch to return, and the drone will release the ball. Next, we're going to show our animations. Okay, next, Katie will show how the product works in real life.
Okay, we've noticed when people play tennis in the public tennis courts, they usually only use 2 or 3 balls. So today I'm going to use 2 balls for the day. So first of all, I'm going to set up the drone, turn on the power, and it will float in the air. Like this. Okay, so then I will play the rally with my friend. And once, if the ball goes off, the drone will actually fly to its place to pick it up. But in this moment, it will remain at the spot like this. So I'm going to use my second ball to play rally with my friend. Okay, so once the second ball goes out, it will detect like this. And then I can click return. And the drone will detect my smartwatch place and fly back to me. And I'm going to show my hand to the drone. It will scan my hand and release the ball like this. And the drone will fly to the next ball and collect the ball again. This is how our device works. let's move on to next. Okay, this is our steer sheet. And in conclusion, our device helps people to play tennis with less frustration and enjoy the game more. Thank you.
All right, that was really well done. I have to say, we started off with a really well-rounded, nice. You hit all the points. You had all the props. You did the animation well. It explained it really well. Really appreciated the product overview with the labels. That was really helpful as an intro before you get into the details. The nice thing is to come to an end of a presentation and not have any questions because you've explained it well. Certainly there's probably some physics and stuff that goes along with it, but acting it out like you did really made it believable, and yeah, that was well done. Yeah, nicely done.
Hi everyone, we are group 3 and I'm excited to share our device, which is Smart Lego Mentor. So it is a smart companion for kids who love Lego building. Our motto while building this device was very simple: build smarter and not harder. Why get frustrated when there is a way to make things smarter and way more fun? Here is what we noticed. Many Lego sets help children play and learn, but following instructions can be a little difficult. Like manual instructions can be a little difficult, and it sometimes causes confusion, irritation, and lose interest also. So this Lego building is meant for problem solving, but there is no such help, guidance, and motivation which is there, which can from where kids can lose interest and gets demotivated also. To overcome this problem, we can find a solution, and we have created the device which is our Smart Mentor. So it will help kids build Lego pieces. It will use Lego pieces and build the devices based on step-by-step instructions, and it will give real-time feedback for kids as well. It will tell whether they are doing it correctly or whether it is incorrect by showing some light effects like red light for incorrect thing and green light for the correct thing they are building. There will be audio feedback as well, which will encourage kids. So overall, it is a solution that will help kids not replace creativity but to support creativity. Now Mekla will explain the process.
So yeah, we had different inspiration from the nature for our smart device functionality, which includes like sunflower, avocado, parrot, etc. And these are the sketches. So finally, for the shape of the smart device, we decided to go on the sunflower, and these are the size of the smart device we decided, and it is about 25 centimeter in height. And this is the clear model, which has like in 3D perspective. And these are the 3D model that we created in SketchUp, and this includes camera which scans the logo set, and the red one laser pointer will be pointing out the Lego blocks, and the indicator, which is the light, it indicates the red and green light, which means that if it is correct, it will blink in green color, or if it is wrong, it can be red. And for the communication, you can see the speaker, which can give out the instruction for the user to build the device, to build the Lego set. And to over the control buttons, if you want to rewind or stop in between, you can just go for the control buttons and start over. So for the next slide, I will call upon Akila to explain. Now that we have know how the 3D model looks like, I will explain how it is going to work in real life. The starting point of the device is using an application where the user is going to scan the Lego set with the application, and the application is going to give out the suggestions of the Lego sets you can build with according to the filter and categories that the user has chosen. Once the user select the device, how the Lego set is going to look like, the user is going to connect the device with the smartphone with the Bluetooth. Once the device is connected, the device uses the camera to scan all the Lego set and start giving out the instructions with the speaker. Once it starts giving instructions with the speaker, the laser pointer is going to point all the blocks with step by step according to the instruction given out. So first it is going to show the yellow blocks to use as the first step, and if the user is going to use blue Lego instead of yellow, it is going to give a red light, which shows it is an error step. Once the user is going to choose the correct Lego piece for building, the light turns to green, which is a go for the next step. Once the user is completing the device, completing the Lego set according to the device instruction, there will be a success message in the application. We will show the demo how the device is going to work. This is the tear sheet where it shows all the functions and features of the device.
And this is our device where this camera also rotates like 360, and here is the camera, here is the laser light, and here is the light which blinks when the Lego pieces are placed correctly. So this can be green light, and if it is not placed correctly, it can be the red light. This is the power button, and these are the control buttons. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, that was really good. Couple things that are opportunities more than really any kind of grievance or anything. Is when you get to the solution approach, the image that you have with that is like WALL-E. It doesn't really help explain what you're trying to get at. I think one of the pieces that I'm still missing from your explanation and your interaction is allowing the kid to choose what the outcome is going to be. Like say you have all those, it scans the bricks, but we don't really see there could be multiple different end outcome options of what they could build. So that piece is a little, okay, so it's in that one.
In the application,
Okay, so that, potentially you could highlight that earlier on, because that's quite a selling point. That out of all the things that you're describing, that's your big promise there, that essentially you can take any pile of Lego and come up with multiple different iterations and projects. And so I think focusing on that, selling that in the solution, like instead of the WALL-E picture, putting something like that really would, okay, yeah. So again, it's a little bit maybe just the way it's highlighted or yeah, because that's your huge selling point. So hit that really early on, hit it a couple more times, and sort of and you still have time because it's not due till midnight. But all in all, really well thought out. I think this actually has like significant potential, like as a real world product. There's bins of Lego out there that just kind of sit, and they're like, well, okay, I can only build this, but it's nice to sort of see that there could be many more ways of even combining sets and things like that. So yeah, it's really good. Thanks. Yeah, you're on camera. Look enthusiastic. So it's going to be bilingual.
Afternoon, everyone. We are Group 4, and this is our project. And I'm Yang, and she's Anna. And our first of all, the problems we want to solve is there are some autistic people, and our toy can relieve the stress. And when we use the toys here, we can relieve the stress, and doing this to solve this problem. And first, we explore a lot of shapes with drawing some our imagination, and finally we choose this one. We think this is the better one.
So one of the reasons that we actually choose that form, it was easy to slide with your hand. It was small enough to put it in your pocket. And also the other one of them has a screen which wasn't very 3D friendly. And also this one was actually divided in 3 pieces that you can separate and change, and you can use multiple. You can buy multiple different faces depending on how you look, how you want it to look when you're carrying it. So it depends on your style. We will show just a few of them in the slide, but you can actually customize your own device. And one of the reasons we wanted to be customizable because what we found when we do our research of autistic individuals, it is usually a stigma about them, and the toys and the devices they obsessed about or they use in their daily lives, because they sometimes told by people, that's a child's toy, so why are you using as an adult maybe in an office? So we wanted to be stylized fidget toys and other type of repetitive motion toys for adults, actually. This is our clay model. This is what we started doing it. We add a little texture on top of it to have some stimulation, sensory stimulation for the adults, which is something they sometimes require or prefer to have during their daily life. And this is our 3D in SketchUp. You can see there are various faces, various textures. Some of them have buttons that you can push, and one even actually have like a Lego compatible face that you can use your board. You can actually add your Legos on top of them, build something if you want to play. Animation.
So here we are showing some of the possibilities you can build with our speech apply. Like if you can play with Lego, you can maybe build something, or you can play with buttons if you have like more this instinct of like clicking. Also for like sound. There are some showing like some powders inside because we have like so magnets inside, so you can like and not like fall apart. And some textures, faces. have like, if you're really stressed, you could just like right now, yeah, very stressed. So like motioning, like motion on your hand, on how you can like feel the texture and it can like soften you. Or also like if you have a little more time, you could play it, if you feel like more playful, or like different situation like an office, you can like need different faces so it doesn't seem like so childish for two people. The idea of like being able to swap is for like you have like one toy, like you can have it like for a long time. You don't like get bored of like every single part of it. So you can actually engage with it for longer. Like here we're showing like some colorful images, like how it could be when you like go to buy it. Like as I said, like the playful part, like you can build Lego as you wish. Like you don't really need to like have something like oh it needs to be a square. No, you can just like play with it, have like your time with it, and then after you're playing a lot, the tracker inside will send it to your device through an app. So you can like go to your therapist, or you can have someone like, oh, I noticed that today I used it a lot because I had like a really stressful presentation. So you can like actually say, oh, notice your behaviors. It won't like fix your stress, but at least knowing the symptoms, you're able to search for help or even like reach out for someone. Thank you.
Okay, so I really appreciated how you've taken something that in some ways already exists, but you made it multifunctional. Like there's like normally the fidget type stuff is pretty static, like it does sort of one thing. This has many layers. One thing I thought you could potentially like again an opportunity to expand upon that you kind of touched on, but could use a little bit more like a visual to go with it, was the idea that this is for adults. This is a more sophisticated, elegant solution that isn't just like it's a therapeutic adult stress toy. So I thought that was a really good, unique selling proposition there that you could potentially kind of expand upon that a little bit earlier on in the presentation, because you're fighting again that and I think the project fought with that a little bit at the beginning too, is like what are you doing that's new and unique that is doing something different than say the fidget spinners and things that already exist. So that's, I think you need to lead with that and sell the adult appeal to it a little bit more. But yeah, I well done. I like the graphics and the layout too. Maybe integrate the animation. Like, what software are you using?
Two different softwares.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
a little. It's like okay.
Yes, we done the video on SketchUp as like you showed
Okay.
us in the classroom, but
Yeah.
I done the vendors in 3ds Max because it's something I'm comfortable
Okay.
with.
Okay.
I know how to render.
And then the presentation is shown in. Is it PowerPoint or?
Yeah,
Keynote.
because it's
Okay.
on young.
Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, just sometimes when you have the video, if you can embed it into the presentation.
Yeah, it's actually on Google Drive, but
Okay.
I think it like
It's
I
not
was
synced.
afraid of the internet not working.
Oh, okay. 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 Great.
Yeah.
All right. Otherwise, all the points are hit. Good. Thank you. And I get free gift with purchase. Yeah. Okay. Excellent.
Do you want the Lego pieces?
I'm good for now. I'll see how my stress levels do, and if I need more, if I'm feeling really stressed. So, okay, thank you.
I Hi everyone, my name is Yusri and my team Kartik and Bashir. We will introduce our device Tellii, which is a smart bedtime storytelling device. The name Tellii is combines Tell and AI, such as the friendly AI storyteller that we designed specifically for young children. Our program is smart bedtime story is an important part of the day for young children. They help the kids feel more closer with their parents, and also they gain to some valuable learning opportunity. So because of this, kids want to story more and more. However, sometimes parents can be too tired to read or unavailable, which makes the kids feel disappointed and might miss out valuable learning opportunity. So to solve this problem, our team created 4 unique features. First, a parental voice storyteller. Parents can record their own voice, so which kids feel more comforted when even if the parents are so busy or not present. The second one is personalized story experience. Each story matches the child's interest, which makes storytelling feel more familiar and engaging. And third one is interactive playback. Our device Tellii can interact with the kids by responding their prompt or simple question. They also can pause and asking things, for example, what's gonna happen next, and also what does this word means, like that. So this way, kids can stay curious and more involved in the story. And last one is emotional support assistant. Our app also has a notification that parents can set to remind their kids when it's time to meal or take a medicine or it's time to brush your teeth. So kids can follow a healthy routine more easily. And next is our final design sketches. You can see the top view, front view, side view. We designed it to look more friendly and safe for kids to use. And now our next Bashir will present the next part of presentation.
As you know, a little bit of our model. So here we make a clay model for our 3D model here. So you can see all the aspects, all the properties of the clay, talk about the design and other things, and we can include a charging port here. And here is the technical drawing. In the technical drawing, we show the upper band, so they show the speaker in the bottom part, charging port, and the measurement in the technical drawing. But later on, we change a little bit in our final product to make it more minimal. So we remove the sound box or speaker here. Instead, we are include the speaker in the upper band with the RGB light. And in the same upper band, we implement the Bluetooth or the Wi-Fi chip here. And in the lower part, we keep the same. Then here is we have a charging cable USB-C port here. The total device will be charged in wireless, so it will be charged by Wi-Fi or Bluetooth chip. So here is the interaction, how the device interact with the children. Well, first of all, the device need to put, so here is the charging things or something, and then parent can record their voices by app and they can play it, they can control the voice. Sometimes children will be asked maybe some a good word or something like that. They are trying to ask some other thing which is not supposed to be asked by the children. Then a notification will go to the parents. Then repeatedly the kids is asking for this word or something like that. You can lock the word by your app. You can set a playlist, what your child can play around with, which was the favorite one. And we have an animation for the device. Here is our ideation for the device. Thank you for your time. That's all.
Okay, so you guys get into the problem well. I think in a way there's a jump from defining the problem and then right into your process. I think a overview step of like how you want to approach the solution and like in a way you kind of need to lay out a bit of a map before you get into the details. So we kind of jump from the problem right into the details, but we're not exactly sure where those details are going to take us. So it takes a little bit of time before we know where we're going, and by that point you can cause a little bit of confusion. So sometimes even if you have to repeat a slide, like this is where we're headed, and then explain how you got to it, and then repeat that slide can be quite helpful, and especially with something like this. And I think it's also not necessarily clear that when the parent records the voice, I think your intention is to use AI to replicate the voice and tell stories that are made up. You could expand on that a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Today our team, me, Pimpon, Jessie and Aki would like to introduce the smart planning device for student learning, Shroomo. Let's start with the problem. We found out that the children living in the urban have the fewer opportunity to see how the plant is going. So which may lead to lack of basic knowledge that what the plant needs, like soil, water, or light. And because of this, they can easily get bored if they cannot see the plant going immediately. So we come with the solution with our device, the Shroomo. So it's a smarter, gamified device can guide the student to go through the process of the plant life cycle, start from the seed to the grow plant. We focusing on the target user. Two groups. The first one is the children, the age between 6 to 12 years old, who interested in nature and love hands-on activity. For the second target group is parents and teachers who want to help the children develop the interest of nature. Next, Jessie will introduce how our design process.
So with the solution and the problem in mind, we start to think of what kind of stuff and device that children will love or even enjoy, and what kind of device can help them go through the whole process of the planting. So as our observation, children mostly they will play with the dolls and they will play with some character. So we come up with the idea that maybe we can create a character that can help them to go through this process. So we draw more than 10 sketches and we inspire from the nature. Finally, we choose mushroom as our main character because the size it fits the container, and it's mostly common seen in around the plants. So we create different prototypes, and we compare like different prototypes. So we choose the version that is smaller, rounder, and lighter because it's better aligned with children's preference because it's more easier to grab, to hold, and to interact with this kind of size. This is our drawing from front view to the back view. So we finalize the size and the shape by creating the clay model. And this is how the product will fit into users' daily life. As you can see in this picture, the device can fit it in the indoor container, and the parents and kids, they can join to this activity together. So in this product, it usually connects with the app, and the device, it has temperature, water, and lightning indicator and sensor. So when we insert to the soil, it starts collecting the data from the plants. And we also have monitor in the front that can show the happy phase or sad phase to indicate the plant grows well or it's almost died. And we also have charging port and power and value control in the back. Next, we're going to talk about interaction.
I'm showing you how to use Shroomo. Partially, this is our product Shroomo, and the partially kit of the parent with the plant and our product Shroomo, and then insert Shroomo into the soil to measuring the plant's condition. And the steps 2, turn on the power and on back. Step 3, they connect Shroomo to your smartphone after you measuring feature to check the plant condition. Step 3, the Shroomo starts collecting data and recording videos to report the plant progress. Step 5, Shroomo shows the data in the dashboard. And for example, if the plant lacks light, the display shows the shadow phase. And Shroomo application will notify the notification. I need more sunlight and required sunlight 30%, 30%. And can you move me to the sunlight spot or something? And user can go to the another place to get the sunlight. And step 6, Shroomo notifies the information via indicator. For example, if a user click on the water button, Shroomo will speak to the user and tell them about water status and remind them when they should water it next time. And finally, the children can enjoyably and easily grow plants. And this our Shroomo motivate the children to grow the plants. And thank you for listening to our presentation.
So this was really well explained, but again, one of the beauties of not really having a question afterwards is an indication that it's well understood. So I have to commend you. I actually really quite like your app mock-up. Like the device itself is, of course, cohesive with that, but it was nice to see even the app mock-up really be kind of on brand. And your presentation as well, the layout and everything, it reads as a nice cohesive whole. So well done. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, we are group 7. So today we are excited to present our project MailGuard. Let's start with the question. Have you ever missed an important mail or letter or worried about your mailbox being tampered with?
Yes.
What problem do you face?
Like most of the time, my important mails get misplaced.
Okay. So, well, these challenges are real. Let's discuss some problem with the mailbox. There are no alerts when mail is delivered. Because of this, user has to physically check the mailbox every day. It's also a problem for the disabled peoples, like they have to struggle to check the mailbox. The next problem is security concern. There is no protection against the theft or tampering. If there is a problem, of course there is a solution. Here we are introducing MailGuard. MailGuard is a smart sensor device that sends notifications for new mails, reminders, and alerts for tampering.
So, let's look at how MailGuard works. So, our device is equipped with a motion detect sensor. Whenever any mail placed in the mailbox, it's automatically send a notification to the user that you received a mail in your mailbox. If the user is not able to take out the mail in few days, then it again send a reminder message to the user so that the important mail doesn't get misplaced. And if someone try to open your mailbox, the system immediately send a notification to the user, and so that user can take necessary action. So, the first step to bring the MailGuard into existence start with a sketch. So here we have top view, front view, and the back. The step starts with the sketch, and here we prioritize to add all the features into the sketch. And once the sketch is completed, we need to get clay model prototype. Here, at this stage, we are allowed to refine and add some feature to the clay model.
At this stage, our final product is ready. Like it has some main features. Sleek design, modern, and having powerful technology inside this, like integrated sensor. It has a motion and weight detection system that accurately identify mail delivery and assess events. Next, it has wireless connectivity, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth capabilities ensure reliable notification that delivers to user devices. And also it has weather-resistant, durable material, protect sensitive electronic from rain, snow, and extreme weather. For the next, I will call Shubham to explain product interaction.
For the product interaction, first user need to place the device in the mailbox, and they have to activate the device with the fingerprint or any password. So as soon as the new mail is delivered, in the mailbox, MailGuard will send a notification to the user's phone. Whether the user is not at home, even then the user can have a check on their notification whether the mail is delivered in the mailbox or not. The MailGuard also have a camera, an inbuilt camera which gives you a visual confirmation of what's delivered. If the mail is still haven't picked up, the user need not to worry about it. User will get a gentle reminder that the mail haven't collected yet. So we providing the accessibility for the notification, reminder, and the alert to the users. Now we will have a look on the animation of the device. this is how our device will look like. Thank you for being.
All right. I think you jumped around and missed a few slides. There were some at the. I think you stayed on one slide and then
Oh, that
missed some.
slide was not working.
Oh, okay. All right. And then you went through. You got. It was explained. The one thing I'm curious about is how do you know it's charged or if it needs to be recharged?
We also providing the components like the charging slots
Okay.
that will help.
So it'll send you a notification that you need to recharge
Like
it.
I
Or...
did the tier sheet, but that slide was not working. Here is it.
Okay.
So we have motion and sensor device, like there is a real-time clock, fingerprint lock, and there is a power like charging slot and charging items.
I think you've got all the components in terms of because of where you intend to put it. The size, especially if it's going inside a box, you might run out of space in the box. Is potentially, like you might be competing for the small amount of real estate. So you might in future iterations, you might think about maybe making it smaller or thinner. Yeah, and then of course you would have to test out if multiple things get delivered. How do you know? I guess you had a weight scale or something. So what if somebody delivers something and then takes something?
Yeah, there is a sensor which will notify.
We'll notify that someone swapped something out. Okay. All right. Thanks. All right.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're here to present our device called IgnusGuard. So this is a wildfire evacuation sensor device that we developed. This device is built to ensure safety and swift evacuations in emergency wildlife situations. With the recent problems with frequent wildfires due to unpredictable climate changes and also aging power lines that trigger a lot of wildfires, there has been a lot of status research that says that a lack of real-time data, fire data for these emergency services result in delayed response for the fire department teams to arrive at the particular location and help residents that struggle to find safe evacuation routes. So there's been a lot of demand for a smart tool required for a community-safe procedure during wildfires. So as our solution, we have developed an evacuation sensor device which will provide real-time detection. So our device will be sending out instant alerts to fire departments that will provide real-time evacuation guidance to enhance safety for both the responders and the residents. Jan will take us through the development of our device.
So this was our initial sketches. We went through a lot of designs because there were a lot of considerations considering it's for a remote area. So we wanted the portable one, but also easily accessible by maintenance also. Also, we were thinking about power source or how it's going to connect to the responders if it's in a remote area. So we ended up with this design. So in the remote areas, there are always utility poles. So the plan is to put it on utility poles also. Like power source can also be from there, but also in terms of if something happens or if there are solar panels for power as well as backup batteries. And then there is the camera, of course, to look for first it detects the smoke, which then transmit the data via satellite to the responders. This is our clay prototype. So nothing much about it. It was pretty much the same as the sketch that we did, different views. And then finally the device that we did. And then we're gonna go to the interaction with that.
Alright, so the interactions is in 2 parts. The first part is actually knowing where to mount the device. So based on our research, we identified that wildfires basically start from sometimes electrical faults, and we decided that the mounting place would be on poles. And for us to have proper coverage, we had to also decide that the device would be mounted on high altitudes, so at the highest points of the pole and on different buildings. So this also helps us to get, to understand where the fire is coming from, basically to understand where the fire is coming from. The second part of the device of the interaction would be the device functionality. So the app works in this way: when there is a fire outbreak, the device that's the globe or the dome here, or the camera, it detects where the fire is coming from, right? And it sends like real-time data back to the firefighters to tell them that, hey, this specific device is reading that there's a critical condition in terms of the fire. So they show the temperature of that area at that point. And then the next part will be that an alarm is being raised. An alarm is being raised, and thereafter firefighters are being deployed to go tackle the situation. And then the last part of the process is that when the firefighters get there, right, they put out the fire, and then they also help the residents there to evacuate the whole process, like to evacuate the area. So I'm just going to be going through the animation. So here's a tier sheet that talks about IgnusGuard, the key features and its applications. For example, the key features in heat detection, instant alerts, evacuation guidance, durable design, and easy installation. Then for applications, we tend to put this in residential areas for fire departments and also in case of emergency services. So that's us. Thank you.
I think you hit all the points. I probably would have liked to have seen a little bit more on, say, is it just like fire departments, or do other people get to, like the general public, get to have notifications, or is that still relayed through like first responders?
Yeah, so it's actually going to be relayed through the firefighters. So for now, we're focusing on just making this accessible to the people on the front lines, but like firefighters.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Actually, I was going to say, I think I mentioned for your capstone project, don't just focus on consumers, focus on like firefighters or technicians or industry, not just like Joe Public, because you may find actually quite a rich source of problems to solve that are not being addressed. Yeah, so good, thanks.
Thank you.
Group 9.
Everyone, we are Group 9, Man and Tulsa, and today we are very excited to introduce our product, GreenAura Smart Water Sprinkler, to design for smarter, sustainable plant care. let's start with the challenges we issued. Many people struggle with inconsistent watering, limited sunlight, nutritional space for like home gardening, and on top of that, there is usually the real-time monitoring issue to healthy plant growth. To address this issue, GreenAura combines multiple smart features like solar power panel to measure the sunlight efficiency, sunlight level, and there is a pedal-based sprinkler system to ensure water level and distribute water equally, and there is automatic watering mechanism to prevent over or under watering, and there is soil moisture sensor to monitor the hydration of soil. And here's the sketch process, and here the sketch we designed for our product to ensure it is to blend with indoor and outdoor setups and to make it more organic and friendly. Now I will call Dorsa to take it.
After sketching, we move to a physical prototype that help us to have a better understanding about the shape and functionality of the details. This is our final product. In the middle, we have a solar panel that collects the energy of the sun, that the petals water the plants, and that the base goes into the soil for the measurement of the dryness and the wetness of the soil, and the hold of the everything of the product. To have a better imagine of the product, let's see this animation. We put in the outside. In the middle, they collect the energy, the petals water the plants, and the base goes into the soil for the measurement and also for the whole everything. Product interaction is very easier to use. At the first, you should insert into the soil for the measurement and hold everything. At the second part, you should connect to the water tube. For the third part, you should open the petals. And at the end, just pair with the mobile application. That interaction is very easier to use and it's very user-friendly. We have 5 main features. One of them is a real-time soil sunlight status, automatic watering schedule, notification and reminder, water level tracking, and growth progress. This is a tier sheet that summarizes all the features of the GreenAura, and at the end, this product designed for the busy lifestyles that they can carry their plants everywhere very easily and also more effective. Thank you for your attention.
So I suppose one of the questions I have for you is you have to assume a couple things to make this work is that the location where you're putting the sprinkler is actually where you need the water to be going. So you don't necessarily know like where the dry spots in the garden are. So there's like part of the problem I think is still a little unresolved. Like if you're taking care of a whole garden, how do you know where to put the, you kind of need the information before you know where to put it. The renderings are good. One thing I might say, and this goes for all of you, when you're explaining a product for the first time, it's really tempting to go to the almost a final marketing piece. But once you start adding in color, and especially say gold type renderings, it can almost take away from people understanding the shape. So be careful about, especially at the beginning, lead off with more of a, just almost like you have the 3D print, because here's the thing, in order for us to understand the shape of something, we need to see the light and shadow. So once you add in color, it sort of flattens it a little bit, and it makes it harder to understand the with the overall shape. Once we lose the shadow, it sort of flattens it. It's beautiful. It looks lovely, but save it more for the end and be careful at the beginning, because people might go, well, how is that? How is the shape? Or so yeah, it's my only consideration. You've got a 3D print too, and you actually managed to get it to. I know you guys were struggling a little bit with how do you do all the pieces and how do you make it all come together, and there you go. And it follows your inspiration, which is always nice to see. It's always good to sort of come to the end and the conclusion of a product development, and you can still see the influence. I know many of you were like, why is he making us do this inspiration board? I don't want it to look like this at the end. And how many of you does it look like you started, right? Your brain processes it. There's going to be just a slight influence by the end. So, yeah, the dictation of the function and the way you go through it and your own influence, by the time it goes through the washing machine that is your brain, it comes out through the other end. But it's still nice to see the inspiration come through. So, good. Thanks.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Tomohiro, and other team member is Onimi. And today I'd like to do the presentation about the security camera with liquid box. But in fact, when I submit to Peter, the first title is BBC. Oh, nobody left out. Okay, thank you very much. And second page is pretty serious. It is said Japan is the most safe country in the world, but I don't think in this day it is no more. Because in Japan, certain social issue happened. The social issue, I mean the anonymous robbery and homicide. There's no English term, so I have to say fraud. Fraud is the most newest crime in Japan. For example, you might be use a smartphone and touch and use various applications like WhatsApp or Messenger or Facebook, and the certain guy posts a job offer. For example, urgent hiring. You can earn 20,000 Canadian dollar per month, and some people apply the position, and it is said that this job is pretty easy, and you can do even though you are a beginner or inexperienced. But the job is, in fact, they have to do the robbery and do the homicide, and because when people apply the position, they have to show their ID, and they are blackmailed. If you betray me, I will hurt your family, so there's no option to do the robbery and do the homicide. And it is a pretty dangerous crime, and in fact they can't be paid, and in the end they will be arrested, and they will be sentenced by the life imprisonment or death sentence. For me, there's no way to prevent beforehand, but there's something that president can do. For example, any residents contact with a security guard company and attach a camera. It is one of the way to protect for themselves. For me, the residents should do something more. I mean, just adapt lobbies or thief and neglect them whatever ways they did. And one of the way is they have said liquid box with security camera. And this is my sketch. And all the time, just people, camera should be shown in the camera, but this is a security camera, and this is a liquid box. In general, it won't happen. For a hole, it might be when lobbies detected, the hole will be opened. Yeah, and liquid box works just like the sketch. And this is a drawing feature. Yes. So how liquid box works? For example, when security camera detects thief, in the earbud, when security camera detects a thief, the smartphone will be run, and they will notice that somebody invades the house. And the point is, for me, is when nobody were detected, holes will be open, and a spring will move forward, and something liquid will be sprinkled to the thief. This is the play model. I mean, for example, when residents buy a liquid box, and they can open it to them, and opens and pour something liquid, close it. And they attach a liquid box with a surveillance camera. And after sprinkling the liquid, the residents can move the liquid box. Yeah. And this is a product just for liquid box. Yeah, this is what I mentioned about the site of links. Yeah, just and I also explain about animation, just like this. This is just a liquid box. Yeah, this is about the introduction, but I already explained about it. So, if an application will be run, you can call the 911. 911 or 110 is it's for the Japanese number for the police. But they can call the police officer. And by the way, so if you own a pet, so you can put there, for example, pet peas or seat, you can put it. And the police and seat will be detected, or they will be applied. This is most one of the way to protect themselves. That is, thank you very much.
All right, so just in terms of practicing and getting the pace of explaining presentation, your stronger slides were actually at the end explaining, because you didn't really explain that the liquid is disgusting until the very end. So in a sense, you lost a few of us because you spent quite a bit of time at the very beginning. If you explained that the problem of the robberies and the method of the solution was really that the liquid was going to be disgusting, I think that would have explained right away, and you would have captured us a little bit sooner. So spending more time on the interaction component would have made for a more cohesive, faster pace presentation, because then you ended up sort of running out of time at the end and rushing through your interaction. So, but otherwise, it's I think we get the premise of the project, and you got through it. So, and of course, you're just one student, so appreciate the time, energy, and effort that it takes to pull off a project like this. So, well done. Thank you. Great. So yeah, thank you everyone for being part of the web and mobile 3D design. I guess I am now doing a bit of a speech for Valentina. This program, this course, I know seems like a little bit of a outlier, but I feel like sometimes when we live in a digital virtual realm, we are so easily led astray by the beauty of our flat screens that we forget that all of this stuff has to relate to people, has to relate to real environments, real things, and engage with a real physical world. And some of you really discovered just how distorted our interfaces can make scale, proportion, information, and then you have to work through it and come up with solutions that integrate all of those components. And I'm really impressed with how you've pulled that off and created Internet of Things devices, smart devices, many of which are completely believable and could be run with and made into full-scale products that people would actually be quite happy to have and engage with in their homes, and that would make their lives better. So, yeah, well done everyone. Thanks.